You coming in with the Six of Swords. Looking at their Ace of Swords, I think that they are being truthful with you, and I think that there's a part of you that is willing to move on from difficulties now that they've told you the truth. Okay? That's what I'm getting from this. I'm willing to do what's necessary to move on from this issue, but only because you have told me the truth. Now, that's great and all, but you still move into a place where you're not happy. You're not happy because they are not showing an ability here to make a choice. So that truth may have to do with the fact that they can't make the choice to be involved with you or to be committed to you. And that's not what you want. And for me, looking at that Four of Cups, it's like, I'm tired of this. Now, after this, though, there is another opportunity that presents itself. My God, if I could talk right. But I'm looking at this and I'm asking the question on whether or not this is something completely different, because they are confused. They don't know what the hell they want. They're not facing reality. They don't want to, make a choice that, would give you the kind of commitment that you want. So are you looking at another opportunity, a different opportunity, something that's more, realistic for you? The thing is, though, is that you don't. Because with the Hangman, it's not just about them, it's about you. You can't move forward on another opportunity. You can't do that because there's still something very much to be had with this person that you're dealing with here. So then, with the Ace of Cups in the middle of this, especially considering we're looking at the Hangman, is saying that, it's not until they can decide to act that, this Ace of Cups can happen, where this beginning is taken advantage of, where the commitment is there, the love is there, there's the emotional fulfillment. But with the Six of Pentacles, what I worry about here is that you are going to be forever waiting on them to give you what you need to realize this Ace of Cups. Meanwhile, other opportunities that may be better for you are being passed up. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this. Okay. So you may take a distance from this person, from this relationship. But I think that regardless of whatever happens, there's still a personal commitment on your side, though, too. So no matter what happens, you're still committed to them, right? But it's whether or not they're going to give you that kind of commitment back. I think that is what this is coming down to. Now, first of all, with your Hangman and looking at the Knight of Wands, this is about, passion and action. And having that passion and being swept up in it and, wanting to have things start to move forward. But with the Hangman, it's not happening, right? So I almost look at this as we're unable to act. You're unable to kind of follow through, and with the Eight of Swords, it's like, no, there's just no way. So now, first of all, with the Chariot, I think that at some point there may be some indication here that they're wanting to, move forward, right? Like, I really think that they're trying to get control of themselves. I mean, this is really what it looks like. But for you, you may not be seeing that they are going to be able to reevaluate everything and do the review, right? And go through, a change. Like, they really need to go back and review everything that they've done, everything that, they've done in this relationship and what they've done to you. But I think that for you, it's like, there's no way that they're going to see what they've done, how they've made inaccurate assessments about the relationship, about you, and I think that they're trying, though, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm rambling here. But let me go back to this. The Chariot. This is, I think, them constantly being pulled in two different directions, which goes right back to this inability to face reality and this inability to make a choice. The difficult choice here to do what's right when it comes to being involved with you. They don't have any intention, I think, of giving you what you want. And all the while, other opportunities, like I said, are being missed. And I think that that's what's going on with the Chariot, but I also feel like at some point they're going to be like, okay, let's get things going. Let's get things back on track, right? And then you responding with the Knight of Wands would make sense here. But, you know, you're still going to be left waiting for them to get things going, to see a different perspective, especially with Judgment being there. And I think that you immediately block that out. That idea is like, nope, they're never going to see it. They're never going to see the truth. They're never going to make changes. They're never going to make an accurate assessment. They're going to be forever trying to avoid, you know, that judgment, especially with the moon being there. It's like they're refusing to see it. And that's basically where you're at. Now, they may be completely out of control, but I think that they're trying to. But they're not giving what is necessary to, you know, like I said, create this new opportunity. And I think that for you, it's time to separate. And I think that that is kind of where things head. And it's not until they get control over their life and they're able to give something to this relationship where the Ace of Cups can be realized here. But I think that this is missed opportunities for you. And I think it's because of them. Okay, the Three of Cups. And then the Nine of Wands. Yeah, I think that somebody is wanting to reconcile with you and fix some things. So first of all, the Three of Pentacles, and then looking at the Seven of Swords. The Three of Pentacles to me is needing more warmth, more love, more understanding in a relationship. With the Seven of Swords, you're looking at not having any kind of a connection at all. You're not communicating. You're not, you know, physically connecting. There's just nothing going on between the two of you. Right? And I always look at this as like there is a truth that needs to be spoken here, but nobody's willing to say anything. So it makes me feel like maybe, you know, some of you have separated because somebody wasn't giving you enough love, attention, affection. So if they're looking to reconcile here with the Three of Cups, absolutely that makes sense. This is like getting back together, healing heartbreak, mending those issues. And it's good. It's easy. And with the Two of Cups, it's a good relationship. There is a connection between the two of you. I mean, this is beautiful, right? Now, with the Knight of Cups, I think that, you know, it's really about, you know, them wanting to have, you know, the encounter with you, right? And to have you notice them or, you know, share your emotions with them. It's almost like where I was lacking before, I don't want to be this time, because they're trying to fix things, you know. Now, if they've left you and did something that they weren't supposed to do before, then yeah, that would make sense that they're trying to fix that. But I don't know, because we're talking about future conditions here. So, okay, I gotcha. And that's why this is happening, you know. So you're not, you know, even though with these two cards it looks like you're hooking up, right? But really what it's about is, you know, getting back to a place of understanding and connection with the Two of Cups, and here trying to heal or mend some heartbreak. But the Seven of Wands is about overcoming doubts. So there may still be a lot of doubt when it comes to, you know, whether or not you're going to let this person back in. Now, the Page of Wands, because this is about looking past appearances. I want you to look past these issues, and I want you to get wrapped up in me and get caught up in the passion, right? So I don't want you to see that part anymore. I don't want you to see that. So they're persistently trying to get you to see past your doubts, your fears, things like that when it comes to, you know, the two of you being together. And like I said, with the Five of Pentacles, right, it's like that classic romance was lacking big time, you know, and it could have been that way, and it may have been at one point. But I think, like I said, it was their fault that, you know, there was the break, the separation with that Seven of Swords being there. But that's up to you, Virgo, if you want to reconcile or not, you know. Not bad. It's not bad. But there are, I think, some issues that, you know, definitely need to be fixed. But I feel like it's more so about the other person that is needing to do this. So you start this relationship off as, we're just kind of having fun and we're just friends, right? So like friends with benefits is basically what that looks like. Now, with the Ace of Wands, it looks like, they're wanting to have like a new start with you, because I think that they start to catch some feelings, if that makes sense, right? Like, I'm in love now. I'm falling in love, and let's start a relationship here. But there are some issues. I look at the Six of Swords as like trying to, bridge the gap between the two of you, trying to, bridge the distance, so to speak. But it's also about being more adventurous with your love life. But, given that it's the Six of Swords, that's kind of how I see it. And with the World, you're talking about getting to a place where if they're able to do that with you, this relationship is going to be, really good. It makes you feel complete, right? Yeah, and then it was over as quickly as it started, but I don't think that it was anything that was happy for either you or them. So even though you're okay and you're civil with each other and you may be friends and you may have hooked up or whatever, the way that it ended was not a good thing for you or the other person here. The Wheel. So the opportunity is, what is presenting itself, but it's because this person has these feelings for you. But I think that they see like a window opening where, they have a chance to express that and have, this new beginning with you. And then the Ten of Wands. Why did it have to be the Ten of Wands? For Christ's sakes. So, look, here's what I'm going to say. Okay. This clearly is one of those relationships in your life that there isn't a whole lot to it in terms of committed relationship. Okay. But it is a relationship in your eyes, because this person has not left your life. You understand what I'm saying? Even though you may have been like friends and hooked up, and there really wasn't like this whole like we're committed, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, doesn't mean that they're not still a part of your life now. They're still very much a part of your life, but the way that it ended was really rough. But the thing is Virgo, it's up to you. Like, really, it's up to you. You can decide here to say, you know what, I'm okay with just kind of like hooking up and releasing the pressure and the burden and then it being that. Or you could say that, this relationship is going to be, what completes me. The problem is that the Ten of Wands, that to me is like relieving the burden, relieving the pressure, just, hooking up with somebody and then it not going any further because you're already at the 10. Now, it could be that you're dropping the burdens, which hopefully, would be the case that leads you to this relationship that's complete. Or the cycle is just over with after this, But it's up to you. It's up to you. It's interesting.